Hey guys, welcome back to the shop today. Today we're going to continue working on our CNC project. So we've done a few things. In my last video, we talked a little bit about rails and stuff like that and what I was going to do for that, and I kind of said I had a budget-friendly option. So I did a few things off camera, but I'll show you what kind of our game plan is. I got these fancy... hold on a second, let me get them here. I got a fancy V-bearing. Looks kind of like a little oversized skateboard wheel bearing, but it's got a V into it. Hopefully you can see that. So... my plan with these guys is to run it on angle iron. So what I did off camera is I drilled and tapped some holes into my pipe, and I ran a piece of angle iron all the way down the edge. And so my plan is to take this V-bearing and put it right there and let that thing ride on that. I'm going to put another piece of angle iron underneath, and so I'll have two sets of bearings on top and bottom to support my side plates that'll support the gantry. That is my plan right now. I have seen this done before. There are some people who would say, oh, it's not accurate enough, yada, yada, yada. For what I'm going to use it for, it probably is more than accurate. I've checked them for straight as best I could with the techniques that I have available. They should be fairly good. With the CNC Plasma, it shouldn't matter, because if you use anything like torch height or something like that, you can have that thing all sorts of cattywampus, and it should still cut fairly flat. The router, on the other hand, might be a little bit of an issue, but... I'm going to give it a shot, because that's saving me a couple $100 in rails. So that's what we're going to go for. I'm going to drill the rest of the holes, get them all tapped, get all the angle irons on, and then we'll kind of figure out how we're going to do our end plates. So stick with me and let's get to it. Okay guys, so I got those rails on. I drilled and tapped all the holes, and my wrist really hurts from all that, but at least we got it on there. I'll show you kind of what we're ending up with. So I got my two angle irons, one on the bottom, one on the top, and I'll have my plate with the V-bearings running on these guys. I took the liberty while it was leaned up against the bench to final weld the bottom area, so I didn't have to do that on the ground. I gotta be careful, because right now I'm getting to the point where I might need to start spending some money, and that's always a tough spot. I work full-time and just get in here as much as I can. So, and we got another baby on the way, so I'm sure some of this stuff will slow down a little bit. But yeah, we're going to get some aluminum plates for our side rails, and I'll have to come up with some sort of mounting system there. Should be all doable. Well guys, it's been a hot minute since I have gotten back into the shop. We recently had a baby, and that's been taking up a lot of my time. So I'm sorry that this video is probably going to be a little choppy, because it went from being hot and me not having a baby to being cold and me having a baby. So we've been doing a lot of yard cleanup and trying to get things going for winter. Race car is parked up. We'll do some more work on that during winter here. It's parked in a shop where I'm allowed to work in it, so we'll be able to do that. I left this shop open, or at least this bay open. Still got the Bronco over there sitting pretty. But I'm going to leave this bay open for me to work on my CNC and hopefully get it running, and hopefully, I don't know, one day maybe it'll make me some money. Who knows? So we left off with looking at our V-bearings and our rails. Has not changed. One thing that I built off camera was the Z or Z axis, whatever you want to call it. I worked on that before I even had a YouTube channel. Actually, I started working on that. So what I ended up coming up with was this guy. This is two pieces of 1/2-inch plate with some shaft style linear rails and the bearing blocks. So what I did is, I think this is 12 inches long ish, and I countersunk all these holes, put all these bolts flat with the plate. I did that so that way if I mount either I do my router or my plasma, I can do both. And it's actually wide enough that if I pick the right equipment, I might even be able to run both at the same time. Don't know if that's really doable, but we'll see. The only thing I haven't finished on this guy has been the ball screw. This ball screw will get mounted up and behind here like this. And as this thing turns, you can kind of see that there too. As you turn this thing moves up and down. There'll be a plate bolted on here with the stepper motor, and that'll drive the Z-axis up and down. So that's where I'm at right now. I also picked up this massive piece of aluminum. It is 24 inches by 24 inches. It cost me like 280 bucks Canadian. So I don't know, it's like, I don't know, probably 50 bucks US. That's not true, but a lot less. So we are gonna use that aluminum for our side plates that will run up here and support our gantry. Reason I'm using aluminum is because I want it as light as possible. I probably have enough scrap steel that I could have done the whole thing, but we are gonna use aluminum because the lighter it is, the faster I can probably get this thing to operate. Not sure if that's true or not, but I'm still using decently sized motors. I think I'm going to use NEMA 34s is the plan. And then I'll use a NEMA 23 to operate the Z or Z axis up and down. So I'm going to have to mark out those plates, the side plates, and get those cut out. I think I have an interesting way of cutting those. I've never cut that big of an aluminum plate before, so I'm not sure what the best way to do it is, but I'll come up with a way. But anyways, that's probably kind of where I'm going to leave this video. I need to get some stuff set up, and I'd like to kind of start fresh with a new video for you because I know this one's a little choppy. So yeah, next video we'll work on the side plates for the gantry and mounting a gantry, and we'll also look into mounting the Z-axis to some more angle iron, which will be running across that cross beam for the gantry. It'll be the same principle as our side rails. Hopefully that kind of makes a little bit of sense to you. Yeah, so we'll keep at it, and we'll keep trucking. We'll see how far we can get. Don't be afraid to subscribe. I'd love that. It helps me a lot. It goes a long way. Comment. Love to chat with you guys. And I don't know, maybe shoot me some ideas for some projects. I have a lot of things that I want to do with this, but looking for something easy to start with, something maybe out of wood, or it depends if I get a router or a plasma first. The plasma machine is obviously a lot more expensive than the router. I am going to use a nice machine spindle. I'm not just going to use your everyday router. But I do have a guy who has a line on a plasma cutter that I might be able to obtain for a fairly affordable price. And we got another project coming up that I could actually use that plasma cutter for if I can get my button gear and get this done. So I'm going to keep at it here. Stay tuned for the next one. Subscribe. See you later.